A couple of years down the road, you are you're still living in Germany.
All right.
Some would say living it up in Germany. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the fatherland.
I don't think maybe we should call it that.
But isn't that what isn't that Deutschland? Does that mean fatherland?
Yeah, but I feel like that's what the National Socialists called it.
Yeah, so you try not to call it that, but every once in a while it sneaks through, and you're like, "Damn it!" So you're living in Germany, and you are actually it's interesting. You're so what you're doing for a living is you have brought American style morning radio to the small village in Germany that you live in.
Wait. Okay, so I live in a village now. I like
Yeah, you live in like what you think of as like a proper German village.
okay.
Like there's constantly people you know, baking loaves of bread, and you can smell it when you go outside, and there's just tons of woods and some people say there's talking animals.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's very German.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of strange because it's kind of like this weird isolated village in Germany that you're living in.
Okay.
Um it's called Weichstadt.
White City?
So it means soft town.
Oh, Weich.
Yeah.
Weichstadt.
Yeah, but they
Ah,
pronounce it the way I pronounced it.
I don't think so.
Well, they do in this village. And then when you try to correct them, they're like, "Well, we actually live we're from here. We're pretty sure." And you're like, I don't know."
So it's called.
Other than that, you have a great relationship with everyone there. But it's a little odd. It's kind of like a strange little village in Germany that you're living in. And so basically what you do is you do morning radio for the
Okay.
village. And you
Just for the village, that's the broadcast area.
yeah, W 426.9 on your FM dial. This is Big Jim S in the morning here sitting with my main man, my radio sidekick, Earl Grey. Yeah, I'm Earl Grey. So you do voices and stuff like that. You have several different characters that you do. Your Big Jim S,
Earl
Earl
Grey?
Grey is a character that you play on the radio.
Wait.
Um,
Yeah, I need to hear some more. What's Earl Grey? He's got some catchphrases? Is he
Yeah, Earl Grey's catchphrase, his main catchphrase is "Go on in, let me fill up that cup,"
What?
because he's Earl Grey, like the tea. So he's like,
Yeah,
so
no,
that's
I
his
get
thing. Or the other thing he says is, "No need for sugar, I'm sweet enough as is."
Okay, well, I like that, I guess.
He's just supposed to be like a big kind of trucker character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird because like Earl Grey is kind of like a dainty tea with like bergamot oil, you know? It's like it's like a
Yeah, it's not a well thought out character name, I guess.
yeah, I
Uh,
guess. Yeah.
you're Earl Grey. You also do this character. Um, who's supposed to be like a young German boy in like Lederhosen or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And his name is Augustus von Higgensmark the Third,
Oof, that's the name.
Esquire.
That's cool. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, but he's like a 9-year old boy, and so his character is like, well, I don't know anything, and you guys just laugh and stuff. Or you'll be like, Augustus, um, where do you think the Tooth Fairy lives? Um, in Toothland. And you guys just laugh at him and stuff. But it's just you.
But the okay, but so in the village.
Yeah.
Weichstadt. Um, Soft City, I guess.
Soft, yeah. Soft
Uh,
town,
Soft Town.
according to Google Translate.
Yeah, I think Weichberg would be better.
Yeah, but
But
it's not called that.
okay,
Again,
yeah.
when you say that to people, they're like, you're like, have you considered changing it to this? And they're like, Jimmy. That's the only conflict you have with the people that live there. It's, everyone else, everything's fine living there. It's
The
just,
whole it's a radio show in English then. It sounds like all
it's
these
in
characters.
English. Yeah. You
Okay.
brought an American style, American morning radio show. And
Okay.
you'd think like this would get old for
Popular.
people. So that's the
Mm,
thing. It is the number one morning radio show in village radio history.
wow. Okay.
And the reason that it is because you are like constantly getting prank phone calls from people
Oh shit.
because your phone screener is this kid. His real name is Darren. Um, and his name is Darren, and his father is actually like a baron of Germany.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
his name is also Darren. So it's like so like sometimes you call him Baron Darren off the air, but his on-air character name is Peely. That's what he goes by. And so Peely is just always getting tricked by these guys. So he's always putting these calls through. So then you get tricked. And then after they hang up, you realize, oh, wait, that was another prank phone call. You go, Peely.
Really?
Peely. And so like um, someone will call and you'll put through, you're like, all right, Jordan on line two, what you got for me, brother? And someone will call and they'll go like, yeah, hey, is your refrigerator running? And you go, yeah, pretty sure it is. Last time I checked. And then he goes, well, you better go run after it then and find it. Ha ha. It's like German prank phone calls. And you're like, Peely. You just keep, like, you guys just are always, you're like bombarded with these. Anytime there's an opportunity for a phone call, people will call
Uh,
and fuck with you. And you actually get some pretty good guests on this
mhm.
show. So you've been like humiliated in front of like so many of your idols. Um,
Who do I
and like,
get? What kind of
um,
people come on
George
this.
Saunders was on one time.
Oh, okay. I
And
mean,
it was the only time because the prank phone calls that day were fucking vicious, dude.
you think
So
he
you're
has
like,
humor about it?
when he comes in, you're like, all right, let's go to Heinrich, line seven. Heinrich, light me up, buddy. That's your catchphrase that you do on the air when the people call. You go, light me up, buddy. And you sell T-shirts that say "Light me up, buddy." And no, even though it's a really popular show, no one buys a shirt.
Oh man, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're kind of weirded out, but you're not really certain how that works. But
Yeah,
so,
you
and
think that people liked it.
Heinrich is like, yeah, I have a question for George Sanders. And you're like, all right, go ahead, buddy, light him up. And he goes, yeah, George Sanders, do you have Prince Albert in a can? You better let him out then. Ha 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 ha. And you go, Peely. And George Sanders just sitting there like, what the fuck? This is like the 10th one that's gotten
Oh.
through.
But didn't we at least have a nice conversation like before
Before
I
the phone calls, yeah. And like you kind of did
before I
as
opened
the,
all the ones?
yeah, like so it started off like, you guys were having a good conversation, and then you're like, all right, let's go ahead and open up the lines. It is Furious Friday. That means we are going to do nothing but open lines. Here we go. And then it turned into Furious Fridays when you take what you call a furious amount of phone calls. And so Furious Fridays it's in full effect, and George
Okay.
Saunders feels it, man, and he is like really weirded out by this. So, but you've had different artists and stuff that you admire, different photographers, and they just all get just fucking owned by
They
these
get
German
lit up
prank phone callers.
by randos, like
Yeah.
all doing all doing like traditional, I guess. I don't know what word is right, but traditional American prank phone calls.
Yeah.
Like,
So what happens is like It's a small village, so it took a while for these phone call, prompts to get there. So it's like they're just finding out about, Prince Albert in a can and stuff like that. And it is, and man, these fucking German people in Softtown are loving it. They are in hog heaven with these American prank phone call. What did you say? Traditional American prank
Yeah,
phone calls.
traditional. I don't know what to say, what to call that. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're doing that, and things are going okay, I guess. You're number one in the ratings, which is good.
But it's only broadcast in the village, or like it
Yeah.
goes to all villages in like the state, or
No, it actually like stops, like the frequency ends at the city limits
wow.
or the town limits, I guess.
How big is that antenna? Like that sucks.
Surprisingly big. It's yeah. The the locals actually call it I don't know how you'd say this in German, but in German they call it the Dark Tower.
Dark Tower? No, like der der dunkle Sturm. Turm, sorry, Turm.
And so
Okay.
things are going pretty okay there.
I mean, it
One
doesn't
thing
sound good, but I guess. Okay. That
one
sucks.
thing that has kind of tripped you up lately, excuse me. One thing that's tripped you up lately is you don't get a lot of time with your wife these days.
Okay, because I'm so busy with the recording at the Dark Tower.
Well, there's that, and there's also like she's studying a lot.
Okay.
A few
For
years
what?
down the road, your wife Steffi has completely forgotten all English that she's ever learned,
Oh, wow.
so she has to relearn it.
Okay.
She lived in America and stuff and was fluent. Well, she was fluent, but then she slipped on a banana peel. She was walking to the the German store. It's where they get all their traditional German needs. It's a store for your traditional German needs.
In Germany.
The German store, yeah. And so she's
German.
walking to the German store and she slipped on a banana peel, and
Okay.
um, and she hit her head on. There's a tuba player walking by, like doing like playing like polka, and she like fell and went whoa and like hit her head on the tuba, and she
Oh,
just lost all of her considerable English abilities.
wow. I mean, that's pretty unfortunate and very specific.
Yeah, and the thing is that because you're doing so much talk radio in English, you've forgotten
Yeah.
all your German. So it is things are kind of weird right now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that would be tough, I would think.
Yeah. Other than that, things are going okay. Um, One thing that you've like really gotten into lately is you are like you've gotten really you're like harvesting honey.
Okay.
You've gotten into the sweet taste of German honey.
I actually know a dude whose dad makes honey. And actually, I know two dudes whose dads make honey here.
Really?
Yeah. And it's pretty good, to be honest. And it's pretty cool. Like the instead of like in America, we have those like big things that the apiarists like put the hives in, but here
Uh-huh.
they use old trees and stuff. It's kind of neat.
Oh, okay.
That gives it like a specific taste. Um,
And you've gotten very into that taste.
okay. And so I cultivate the honey. I'm like a apiarist now.
Yeah, so it started off you just like ordering honey from the different honey makers that you know. You call them your honey squad. And so you hit up the honey squad for that sweet nectar, as you call it. Uh, every time
Okay.
you get a new jar, you open it and you take a sniff and you go, "That's sweet nectar." And your
What?
wife is like, and your wife hears you say that, and she goes, "What?" Like she has no idea what you said.
Yeah. Okay.
So it started off with you doing that, and then you actually decided to create. your own, like your dream is to have your own hive.
Okay. It's a weird dream, but all right.
And you feel like you can do it at some point, but there's two things kind of getting in your way.
Okay.
You've injured your your left arm.
Okay.
It's just starting to heal now. You've been going to like a rehab with it. So you
Okay.
feel like pretty soon it's going to be strong enough to start this work.
Or or
Um,
call
but
me.
it's starting to get there. The village doctor is having you do a rehab with it, um, with a yo-yo.
Okay. I don't,
So you're like using the yo-yo to kind of get your arm strength up. The other
yeah.
thing that's kind of getting in your way is that these bears keep stealing your honey.
Oh shit.
They
I
while
okay.
you're gone, it's kind of weird because it's not, you'd think like, oh, bears are coming into my home and stealing my honey. They're probably making a big mess. They seem to be going out of their way to not make a mess. Like the only way that you know that it's the bears is that they'll leave behind like fur or something like that. Sometimes they'll start to eat the honey while they're in there, and so once that happens, honey gets everywhere, and so you're
Mhm.
like, oh, so you'll come home and you'll see that on the wall. You'll just see like honey on the walls and like bear claw markings on the ground, and you'll go, oh no, the bears.
Didn't I say it like that? The bears.
Yeah, I guess you're like really, really,
Wait, but how are these
really
bears?
freaked out, I guess.
How are they so like stealthy, like professional, like I don't know, what's the word? Like
Thieves. They're like professional honey
yeah.
thieves. Well, I mean, they're bears.
But how are they so, I mean, a bear is really big. Like, how does it get into a human cupboard? Like,
I don't know, man. I'm just telling you what happens. The cupboard is like, is sometimes, depending on how big the bear is, sometimes the cupboard is like very carefully placed back. Sometimes the cupboard is just like ripped out. You know what I mean? Um,
oh,
in the past
okay,
few days, even though they in the past they've tried to be as stealthy as possible, it seems like the honey raids have gotten like more intense and more frequent.
okay.
So you've resorted to like burying your honey underground. That didn't work. The bears still found it. You tried putting it like in a like a really like the tallest tree that you have on your property. That didn't work. Bears can climb, it turns out.
Well, yeah.
Um, you tried hiding it in like the trunk of your car, and the next morning the trunk door had been like ripped off, and also someone had slashed all your tires, unrelated to the bear honey thing. That was just
Yes. It was just like just some
yeah,
jerk.
just some jerk, just a
Oh.
random tire slashing.
Yeah, that's never happened to me. I would be really bothered by that. I mean, the bear
Yeah.
thing is super scary actually, but the tire slashing, I would just be like, oh, it's like this is gonna happen all the time.
Yeah, and like lately you've been like dreaming of the bears.
Okay, so this is really, I mean, I think it would take up my whole consciousness. You know, you know, when you've been robbed or something and or someone steals something from you, like you feel like unclean or something like there's
Sure.
like cases of that. I feel like the
Like a
bears, like,
violation.
yeah, the bears would really be in your brain, yeah. Like
Yeah.
you,
And on your radio show, um,
so I'm
you'll
still
be
doing the
like,
radio show
oh
throughout this
yeah,
traumatic
yeah,
time.
you'll be like, hey everybody, big Jim S in the morning. Just wondering if anyone else is under attack by bears. Call in if you've had this problem and give me some advice. All right, here's Nine Inch Nails. I
Oh, so
wanna fuck. You play, yeah. You also play music sometimes.
wait, whoa. So I actually okay. That's all right. That's cool. I mean, I'm a little disappointed at how small the listening audience is, I must say. But like especially in
But
a
they
world
love it, dude.
You can put shit on the internet, but
Yep.
you know, nobody's listening.
And so that day, like you get like the prank phone calls continue where someone will be like, you'll be like, all right, let's go to Barry on line 3, Barry. And it's like, yeah, it's me, Barry the bear. I stole your honey. And you're like, Peely.
Bear, the bear.
Ha 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 ha. That's how they all laugh, you know? So so what you're kind of sitting there one day, you're like kind of you're not, well, it's not weirded out, but you're annoyed. You're like, I really want to have this beehive, but I can't. I know that the bears are gonna like ruin everything. Um, and you're
Yeah,
kind of sitting there and you're like, I don't know, like, how do I send a message to these bears? And you're kind of sitting there
definitely,
like
definitely not a thought I would have, but continue.
you're sitting there like lost in thought. And suddenly you like kind of like see some motion out of the corner of your eye and you go like, huh? And you turn to the left and you're doing all these crazy yo-yo moves. You haven't even fucking noticed.
Oh, right from a rehab.
Yeah. So the way your rehab works is you just sit there and you just do the yo-yo motion. You know what I mean? And that is going to help you regain the strength needed. You know, you need your strength. And you're doing this yo and you look over and you're seeing like you're doing some like pretty crazy moves with it.
Okay.
And you're like, huh. You go outside and for the next few hours, you go crazy on this yo-yo.
All right. I'm walking the dog. I'm
You're
like,
walking the dog, dude. Not only are you walking the dog, you're taking your dog to the mall and you're claiming it's a service animal. And people are pissed, but they can't do anything about it. That's how intense you're getting with this fucking yo-yo.
wow. Okay. So I'm like really good all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
And you
Huh.
it's almost like there's like a montage of you doing like different training moves with it. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
have set up on a fence like a few different bottles of non-alcoholic German beer, and you like flick your yo-yo out, and you just knock all of them off. You know what I mean? And you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, holy shit. Um,
I guess, I mean, I would be pretty impressed if I could do
you
that.
take your yo-yo and you like flick it up towards that tree, that gigantic tree on your property, and it
Yeah.
wraps around a branch, and you just go like, whoa, and like kind of like it like brings you up. You know what I mean? Like you're Spider-Man.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
Shit.
you at first you're frightened, but you just kind of go with it, and your left hand just fucking takes you soaring through the German sky.
I know.
You land like like Black Widow, you know what I mean? Like really
Yeah.
intensely and dramatically.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
doesn't hurt at all. It actually feels really good.
Okay. Wow. So I can okay, where did I get the yo-yo? Like they gave it to me at the physical therapist or
Yeah,
something?
so the village that you live in, their doctor is
Buffalo.
like, he is sort of like a kind of a works with like non-traditional medicine, kind of like folk medicine, you know what I mean? And so
Okay. So
that's the guy that you went to.
homeopathy? He's like a
We'll call it that.
homeopath?
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
and he's that's why it's like a yo-yo. I mean that yeah, it's very
Yeah.
not traditional.
Doctor His name is actually so his name is Dr. Deutschland. His first name is Herman.
Hammond Deutschland.
Yeah, Herman Deutschland. And so when he comes to America, like he's visited America before, and everyone calls him because his middle name is Theodore. So in America, he lived there for a little while. And people called him Herman T. German, Herman the German. And so he's like, it's like just Dr. Deutschland, and you're like, see. And so he gives you the yo-yo, and
Okay.
he has different creams that he's made out of mushrooms that he picked in the forest, and
Hmm.
there's different things like that. And he
That's
has
very big
yeah,
here.
yeah. So he gave you the yo-yo, and
Okay.
what was weird is the day after he gave you the yo-yo, he died.
Whoa. Okay. So I guess I would think about that a lot after I had this superhuman experience of flying through the air and
Yeah.
landing like Black Widow.
Really dramatically. I'm like, but honestly, you look like a fucking badass, dude. Like you look cool as hell. You're kind of
Yeah.
pissed that no one sees it, but you look cool as fuck.
Yeah, but I would know that I did it, you know. So,
So you kind of realize you have like all these like cool, crazy skills with this yo-yo. You know what I mean?
okay.
That night, you're sitting, you're sitting in your house. Um, you and Steph, you're having a conversation using Google Translate,
Okay.
and you're like, oh, this feels good. It feels good to, to talk to my wife again.
Yeah.
And suddenly
Been
in
a
the
while.
next room, you hear like a noise, and you're
Oh,
like, there's a noise coming from the pantry.
oh
What do you
shit, the
do?
Bears. What I do? I
Yeah.
guess I
You
guess
got
I
that
would make sure
yo-yo in that fucking left hand of yours?
guess I would make sure I had my fucking yo-yo first.
Yeah.
And then I would go investigate.
So you walk into the pantry or whatever, and there's a bear in there, and he's hunched over one of your jars of honey, and he's just fucking going to town.
I mean, I guess first, I don't know if I would try to do the being loud thing or if I would trust my yo-yo ability. I guess I would try the being loud thing first.
So you do the thing that you're supposed to do when you see a bear, where you make yourself as big as possible,
Yeah.
and you go ah, and the bear like stops for a second and turns and looks at you and just like shrugs and goes back to just going ham on that honey.
He shrugs.
Yeah.
No
The
way.
bear the bear shrugs at you and kind of like rolls his eyes.
What?
This
No
guy's got
way.
no respect for you, dude.
Oh, what a jerk. Well, then fuck this, dude. First thing I do is I'll break the fucking glass with my yo-yo so that he gets all cut up, and then I'm gonna hit him in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
just
you shoot that fucking yo-yo forward. Um, you've named it. You've named the yo-yo.
I wouldn't name it.
You call it the Widowmaker.
No, I wouldn't. I
So
wouldn't
you
name
flick the Widowmaker forward, and it smashes through that fucking glass, dude. And the way back is when you him in like the head. You know what I mean? Like your
Oh wow.
Daredevil. Yeah, you
That's
can
two
do all
for
kinds
one.
of
Yeah,
crazy shit
yeah.
with it. And you do it, yeah, two in one. And so the glass goes all over him, and he kind of goes like, oh, like you hit him in the eye,
Yeah.
and he goes, oh, and then he like turns and looks at you, and he's like holy shit, and he just like runs out.
Okay.
And
I would chase him.
so
And I
you
was
yeah,
like,
so,
I
yeah,
would
you
fucking
chase him,
kill
and
him.
you continue to like hit
Yeah.
him with your yo-yo and stuff, and you're like web slinging around. So at one point you get in front of him, and you smack him right in his balls, and he goes, oh, and so you really like beat the shit out of this bear.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want him to come back.
And he doesn't. And in fact, like that's the night that the bear attacks stop.
Yeah. I
I guess
mean,
like word is like spreads throughout the bear community that Jim S is off limits.
yeah, they saw what happened to their buddy,
So
their homie.
yeah, so do not fuck with the guy who lives on 666 Shiza Street.
All right, no way. Come
That's where
on.
you live. That's the name of the street.
Kid Street.
666
Where,
Shiza Street.
where do you live? I live on Satan Shit Street.
So you're like, holy shit. And you realize about a week later, you're like, oh shit, like the bear attacks have ceased.
Okay.
And you're like, I can get that. I can start cultivating my own honey.
Okay, so I still haven't given up on this dream, even though I'm like a fucking superhero now.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You're like, you just kind of you think about becoming a superhero, but you realize like, you know what? That's not the life that I want to lead. Like I'd rather just chill here, um, and make my honey and do my morning radio show. and hopefully these prank phone calls will fucking stop.
I guess.
And so you cultivate your own like you have like your own like beehive or whatever. Um,
Okay.
you start getting more serious about your German, so you like relearn all your German. Your wife relearns all of her English. Like she studied really hard one weekend and got all of it back.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I guess
Um,
yeah, I wonder what happened that that we both lost everything.
you're not really sure. I mean, you're not totally certain beyond the banana peel incident, but you're starting to think like
Oh,
maybe
right.
that's not even really what it was.
But she had the banana peel, but I didn't even have anything. I just lost
No,
her.
you're just an idiot, I guess. Yeah. So and then like you wake up one morning and you're just like, I can't believe that this is things are starting to like kind of turn around with this, you know? Things are going pretty okay. You go outside that morning, you ironically enough, you've decided you're having a cup of Earl Grey tea in the morning. And you're like, you know what this could use? And then you turn to your wife and you both say in unison, some honey. You both
Okay.
laugh. And so you go outside to get some honey. The sun is starting to rise. Um, you walk over and you have like a honey scoop that you use. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah, the little
yeah,
with the like things cut out in it. Yeah.
yeah. And so you go to like scoop it in, and I guess you weren't like paying attention because you got like too close to like the queen of the hive, and all the workers freak out, and the bees all like sting you. You're stung to death by like 300 bees in defense of their queen. And you just are outside. And like when your wife hears you screaming and she walks outside and you're just covered in head to toe in bees and they've stung you so much that your clothes are gone. So you're just standing there nude being stung to death. And your last words before you die of, bee attacks or whatever, bee venom, is you look at your you look at your wife and you go, just tell the people that, and then you fall over and you die.
All right. Well, I gotta say, you're not wearing like the white like suit thing.
No,
I mean, I
no, you
just
wore no
watched.
protection whatsoever. Normally they're pretty docile. It's just you got too close to the queen, dude. You were because you were dipping like really low. That's where the best honey comes from, it turns out, because it's
First of all, I fucking watched a documentary about beekeepers in France, and that's not how it's done at all. And they
well,
always wear the suits, and you use smoke to like move them over,
well,
and
you do
then
a more you believed in a humane way of treating bees. You were like, I'm not gonna smoke these bees out. You know what I mean? And it's kind of weird because it ended up killing you. Those bees that you wanted to protect so badly.
like, you also have to like process it. You have to they put it in like this like centrifuge to like get the honey out. Like you
I guess not the
okay,
beehive you use.
okay.
These are German bees, dude. They're different
These are different than that documentary you
than
saw.
the
It's
French
bullshit.
ones.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, and I, that's so, and I didn't want to be a superhero. I just want to do my local radio show.
Well, you would want to be a superhero. Come on. You?
Yeah. I guess not. I
You
mean,
drink
yeah.
non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
You're not a thrill seeker.
Yeah.